watching and tuning in to Mindful Moments podcast, Mental Health Tea with Dr. T. Yes, we are back. We took a short little break and pause, just doing things with family, did a little bit of traveling, and now we are back. So we are so ecstatic to be back, and sorry that we haven't been on for a while, but I just quick want to jump on here. I'm so excited. We have exciting news for all of you out there. Inspire Faith, Mindful Moments. We have a lot of great things in the pipeline that's coming down for you, and we are excited. We are almost at episode 20, so we are super excited about that. Today is episode 19, where we just was like, let's get to 20, and so I'm so excited to be back here with you, my family. This is our happy place, right? This is where we learn. This is where we embrace. This is where we educate. This is where we just have that open, real, raw, and authentic mental health and real life conversation. Yes, so we are back. Yes, welcome back, family. This word like reset and waiting room and the way that we conduct our lives from day to day has just resided in my heart. So of course, what better audience to talk to about this topic, right? Waiting room, talk to me, y'all. Like, I want to hear from you all. When you hear the word wait, or when you hear the word reset, how does that make you feel, and what do you think when it comes down to that? I want to hear from you. Okay. But this is how things are typically, right? Sometimes we don't give ourselves permission to reset. Why do we not give ourselves permission to reset? I'm glad that you asked that question. We don't give ourselves permission because we are afraid. So mark that word, afraid, and what afraid means to, be fearful of something, right? But we are afraid of missing out, or we are afraid of just stopping. We're afraid that if we stop, let me keep it real, okay? Like, this is what the show is about. But for me personally, Dr. Watts struggled with that word wait. Where I'm like, wait, like what? Wait, I have to wait for something, or I have to reset. That means I have to start completely over. Well, it's necessary sometimes, and it's okay. More importantly, it's okay to reset. It is okay to start over, okay? And what that means is that, it doesn't mean that you got things wrong in the first place, but what it means is that sometimes we have to retract what we've done, or just start over, right? Maybe that thing just didn't work out. Right? Or maybe it's time for that thing to end, and we kind of drug it out a little longer than what we anticipated. So reset, stop, evaluate, assess, and start over. It's okay. It's okay. Right? What I realize is that by resetting, it allows me time to kind of reflect upon all of the things that I have done, right? And not to get down on myself, or, not to be negative, but to more so pull out those positives from, okay, Dr. Watts, girl, you did your thing on that. Or maybe let's do that thing again, and let's leave out steps A through C, right? So it's okay. You never know who's waiting for you on the other side of you resetting. You never know the network that you are about to, come across. You never know the individual who can just elevate you and take you to that next level in which you have been waiting for all along anyway. I think that resetting is a fearful word because people feel that, oh my God, resetting means that I messed up along the way. Again, it does not necessarily mean that you messed up. Sometimes, we have things or people, places, or environment that's kind of attached to us, and we need to reset because God has been telling us it's time to detach. Again, I have been there, okay? I promise you I've been there. But because of that characteristic called loyalty, or that characteristic called just hold on a little while longer, whatever you want to call it, I stay in that place sometimes. I stay in that place because I don't want to let someone down, or I don't want to, you know what I mean? We have this image, right? It's like, like, girl, you can't, or bro, or whatever, you can't look a certain way if you start over. That's not so. And anyone who's rocking with you, anyone who's by your side, anyone who supports you will still be there supporting you and loving you, regardless of you having to reset and make this decision for yourself. I think that people fear resetting because primarily we don't like to wait. That conversation came up with someone again today. That word wait has been in me for quite some time. I've preached it, I've taught it, I've had conversation, dialogue with many people about the word just waiting. Why don't we like to wait? We don't like to wait because waiting sometimes requires silence, requires sometimes no movement. Notice that I'm using very cautious words here. Sometimes, depending on what journey you are on, depending on what path God has you on, and only He knows. We have to just be in a clear place, assuring that we are hearing the proper voice. There is so much going on around us that muffles our mindset, our hearing, the demonstration of our actions as well, right? There's things out there to distract us, so it is important to be sure to be in a place where, you know what? I gotta wait sometimes. I have to wait because it's my resetting season. And it's okay. It is okay. You will hear me continue to say it is okay. Why do I continue to be repetitive in that space? Is because we do not grant ourselves permission. I wrote that in one of my books. Simply, I put in my little quotes, grant yourself permission. That probably was like in 2021 when I wrote that. We have to grant ourselves permission. It's okay. If you do not grant yourself permission to wait, to reset, to start over, then who will? Then who will? So many people I've noticed are in their resetting season, but it seems like they're playing tug of war with themselves. The reason why I say tug of war with themselves, because they won't let go. They won't just let go and allow for what is to come to happen. It is already done, right? So why are you fighting so hard? Why are you fighting so hard? Let it go. You know what your conscience has been telling you. You know what God has told you. You know what that mind and that still voice is telling you. You know those sleepless nights, what that means. Let that thing go. Let it go. It sounds easier than done. Excuse me. What do they say? Look at me. Easier said than done, right? Yeah, this is one of those things where it's easier said than done because we have become a steward of, you know what I mean, kind of just operating in a space of just keep going, that keep going space. When in fact, we need to stop, slow down, and reset. And it's okay to do that. It is okay to do that. Okay? Trust me. It is okay to reset. This is a word that is profound, and I hope that this touches your heart. Wherever you are in the world listening, I hope and pray that no matter where you are, that you grant yourself permission. If you are in your bed, if you are in a depressive mood, if you are in a state of feeling stuck and complacent, grant yourself permission to reset. But first, before resetting, you must stop. You just must stop. And it is okay to do so. It is okay. It is okay. All right. So let's congratulate episode 19 with Mindful Moments Podcast. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me for just a little bit. We will be back for episode 20. Oh, hey, we have some great things. Like I said in the pipeline, We Inspire Faith with Dr. Watts is going down to Atlanta this Friday, so catch me. I know that there will be some live streaming going on, and we'll be broadcasting that live as well. Probably next week, just because it's a 3-day type of thing. I'm so excited to go and be a keynote speaker and talk about emerging, right? That spirituality and emerging. What does your authentic self look like? So I won't get into that until next week. So you guys pray for me as I pray for you. I love you, family. Thank you again for being a part of Mindful Moments Podcast. And let's get ready for episode 20. Love you.